Is it working? Okay, good. What's going on, guys? GTV back with another video, and today we are going to be talking about the music that dropped this week. It's the week of August 19th, 2022. We have some new music. Not the best new music, I may add, but it is pretty decent music. I'm going to try to make this quick because they're out running errands. They're going to be back soon. I just wanted to get this video out. It is about 10:10 in the morning. I got school tomorrow, but we will try to get a Madden video out today and a Better Call Saul review, an episode review. So that is nice. First, we're going to talk about the Offset song 54321, which apparently Baby Keem produced, and there was supposed to be a Moneybagg Yo feature on it. I guess it never happened. I'm not really sure. But yeah, Moneybagg Yo, I don't think he was on the song. At least I didn't hear him. Maybe I could be wrong. I'm not sure. But yeah, I don't really have much to say. It's a pretty good song. You know, you can definitely tell that Baby Keem had his touches on this track. Guys, this is how dead this week was. This was the highlight track of this week. I mean, no offense to Offset. Well, the fact that a track in general is the highlight of a week and no big projects dropped. There were a couple decent projects that dropped this week but nothing really caught my ear. Actually, there is one. We will talk about it eventually in the video. Nicki Minaj dropped a Roman remix to Super Freaky Girl, obviously the TikTok song. She's trying to get profit, I understand, but I didn't want to listen to it because I was on stream and I feel like it'd be kind of a cringy moment if I listened to that. Anyways, 504 in London Freestyle. He dropped that on his YouTube. It was a pretty solid song. Maybe I'll have to go back and re-listen to it again. Some of these I kind of forgot. I literally listened to all the music Thursday night, so it's been 3 days since I've really listened to some of this stuff. I've gone back to a couple things here. Very few, though. I mean, music doesn't really have a lasting value anymore. I feel like, I don't know. We're going to make this video pretty quick because this stuff is kind of a lame. I don't know, 504, and it's alright. The visuals were cool. He dropped a music video. I don't think he put it on actual streaming platforms. I think it was just a YouTube release. There was someone I'm going to talk about eventually that I forgot to review this week, and I really wanted to on stream last night, but I was kind of caught up playing some Rumbleverse and getting pissed at it because I've scuffed at a game, that is. But Internet Money, We All We Got. It is an EP. It was a long-awaited EP, but they kind of ruined it. Internet Money kind of ruined it because of all of the Sorry, I'm talking quiet. They kind of ruined it because of all of the singles they dropped. This is We All We Got. You know, they dropped She Wants Some More with Ken Carson and Lil Tecca, which is a great collab, and a collab that we were kind of waiting on, but it's nothing to be excited about. You know, No Handouts with Yeet is probably still my favorite track on this thing. I mean, Yeet did great. It has this like Twizzy Rich sound to it. Yeah, it's pretty dope. Codeine Cowboy, or no, what were the new songs? It was No Handouts and She Wants Some More. Yeah. There were 4 brand new tracks, which I guess is cool. We got a new Lucky song, 2K and the Soda. I love that Lucky is working with big names. You know, we'll talk about Lucky here in a little bit, but him working with a producer as big as Internet Money is pretty awesome. I'm really proud of Lucky. You know, I'm not going to say I'm like a #1 fan, but I can say, is that good? I want my albums in the background so it doesn't look stupid as hell. You know, I haven't been like a day one supporter, but I think Lucky working with big people like this is just awesome, and it's so good for his brand and whatnot. But On Me with Destroy Lonely, another underground-ish artist. You know, he signed to Opium. Internet Money is kind of self-made. They don't have any big record deals, but they're still big-time producers, and they've still produced. They've still worked with the likes of Ski Mask, Trippie Redd, Don Toliver, Uzi, Nav, a bunch of people. They've worked with so many people. So to be able to work with them and be as big as he is, I mean, he's not that big of an artist, and it's pretty awesome. Codeine Cowboy of Lil Yachty was probably my favorite new track that came out of this EP. I thought it was really awesome. Lil Yachty's starting to kind of make a comeback. He's got the heavy auto-tune that we known from like his Lil Boat days, kind of back on like Teenage Emotions and stuff like that. And he really brought that out, and I think it was awesome. Falsetto by Lil Tecca. With Lil Tecca. I mean, most songs on here were forgettable except Codeine Cowboy, No Handouts. This Lil Tecca song is no different. I mean, Lil Tecca, he's tried to carry the summer. His fans have been on his dick the entire summer, but he hasn't really dropped anything memorable this summer. Even the faster single that he dropped wasn't all that. He was supposed to make a song called Trisha, but he never got around to it, I guess. I mean, he kind of needs to release some stuff. I don't know, maybe I'm overreacting, but I think he's starting to fall off. Virgo World was a terrible record. We Love You Tecca 2 was kind of eh. It's not a terrible record. There's definitely a couple singles on there that are pretty dope, but I don't know, overall it's not a good record, and I haven't listened to it probably since like a month after it released. Like, that's probably how long I was listening to that project, and that is not good on music standards. Think about it. He dropped an album earlier this year in like March, and I'm still listening to that project. So yeah, they're just kind of a standard. Kendrick Lamar dropped a couple months ago. I'm still kind of listening to some of those tracks and going through and kind of figuring out meanings. Ken Carson dropped like a month ago. I'm still listening to that album a little bit, couple songs. Freestyle too, you know what I mean. Yeah, let's move on to YB and Nahmir. I was really excited for this. I've been trying to tell people that, YB and Nahmir could possibly be making a comeback. I think the singles he dropped leading up to this EP were pretty dope. Like Where I'm From and Bows. Those were some solid, strong tracks with kind of like a Chief Keef inspiration, kind of like a drill, kind of like a grungy, kind of like a hardcore street rap vibe. The rest of the album, nothing memorable though. I don't know, maybe I had too much hope. I got a little too excited listening to YB and Nahmir, which is kind of uncharacteristic. YB and Nahmir is not that exciting of an artist, let's be real here. I mean, he had a couple of early hits, but come on, it's YB and Nahmir. I'm not gonna drool from the mouth over that guy. No offense, but Corday's always been the strongest member. Nahmir's he was the most popular member kind of at the start of the group, but Corday, there's a reason he kind of separated from the YBN name, and hopefully Nahmir can make a better project in the future and kind of carry the name of that. Let me move this down because I need to see the sign too. That's perfect. Okay, next is a Larry June album. There were actually a lot of people that messed with this Larry June album. I saw a lot of people on the internet kind of reacting to it, on Twitch especially. There were people like live streaming Twitch reactions. He's got a Wallow 267 on here. He's got 2 Chainz, Duckworth, Sid, Currency, The Alchemist, and Babyface Ray. A pretty solid track list for a guy that's not huge in name. I mean, we are talking about Larry June. I mean, he can't be too big of a name out there, really. I mean, am I right in saying that? I don't know. I feel like I am, but it's alright. I was a decent fan of the 2 Chainz song. There's a couple, songs with Duckworth and Sid that, provide this R&B vibe that not a lot of rappers can provide as well as he did on here. I think it was pretty decent. I don't know. Maybe I don't want to overhype him at all, because get this, I don't really like this album at all. I listened to a couple of the separate tracks, and it's I get what he's trying to do. He has some kind of cool cinematics, like skits and stuff like that. But I don't know. It's just kind of weird. I don't really mess with this project that much. I don't hate it. It's not as bad as some of the other projects I've listened to while being in the YouTube space. Guys like Machine Gun Kelly and Doughboy have given me some terrible projects, and they've fried my brain cells. But yeah, this album isn't as bad as that. There's definitely some cool beats, interesting things going on. Some singles I listened to. Private Valet. Is that the only? In My Pockets was good. I listened to a couple of those singles coming into this one, so I'm not like a Larry June casual. I definitely listened to some of his music. It's just we come to album time and it's he didn't really perform that well. Again, Lil Tecca was supposed to drop Trisha, but Lucky, on the other hand, did drop Coincidence, and it came with a big Cole Bennett Lyrical Lemonade collab. And it's not like Cole Bennett like first recognized him. He's like, oh my god, you want to shoot a music video? I see you're popping. These two have history with each other, and that's something that a lot of people don't know, is they've been working together for actually quite some time. Back when Lucky was like skinny and like he wasn't into drugs and stuff. You know, obviously when you become big and famous, you feel like you need to party and you need to sip lean and stuff like that. Obviously that's bad. I don't promote it, but I do understand why people do it. But here we go, Lucky with a Coincidence track. It's good. It's pretty catchy. This is one of the few tracks I've like been listening to over and over throughout the week. I don't know. I think Autumn dropped a project somewhat recently. I didn't really talk about that much. Let me see. When did he drop this? Oh, July 28th. Okay, that's a good 3 weeks ago. Okay, never mind. Maybe I shouldn't talk about that. But Lucky, pretty cool music video. I checked it out maybe on the YouTube actually. It's also good to note that JID dropped a 2007. It's called 2007 track. Now that I remember that, because I reacted to both of those on the same stream. And that was good. You know, that featured J. Cole. I'm kind of bouncing over to JID, sorry. The Forever Story is coming out this Friday. Very, very exciting stuff. We're going to have like 12 or 13 new tracks to dive into. I am so excited. Wow. Yeah, that's really all I have for Lucky and JID. Jay Critch dropped a song Close to Me and Active. You know, Jay Critch is kind of fallen off, but I figured I'd check it out. You know, it's on the New Music Friday list. I was like, okay, let me listen to this. Let me give it a spin. I thought it was okay. I didn't think Jay Critch provided us the strongest bit of work here, but it was cool. I mean, there was the beat switch. There was 2 songs in one, which is cool. I always like when artists kind of do that, you know. I don't have much else to say. G Herbo was supposed to drop a song with Offset this week, but it didn't end up happening. There were some leaks for it, but I didn't want to listen to it until it was officially released. I say that, but then I went to listen to JID. But then again, Dreamville did post that visualizer and stuff for JID, so I guess it's kind of released not on streaming platforms. I did the same for 504. 600 Breezy. Was this the guy that had a couple solid tracks? He dropped his Retaliation album. He had Money Man on there. I checked that song out. There was a song called Himalaya that came right after it. I accidentally listened to that. I was planning on just listening to Money Man, then we hit Himalaya. It wasn't a good song throughout. I ended the song early, but it was pretty solid. Shout out to 600 Breezy. You know, we always like supporting upcoming artists. Obviously, he's signed to Empire, so he's doing something good. Like, he's on labels with guys like Lucky and so many guys that have been on that record label. But yeah, he had a song with Money Man that was okay, but I think Himalaya is probably the best track I heard on the project. I only listened to 2 tracks because, you know, saving time, and it's not a guy I'm really familiar with. I don't know if I'll ever get familiar with a guy like that, but still interesting. H, I had no idea who this guy. I had no idea who a couple of these guys were, but H is like a British, like UK artist. He dropped an album called Close to Home. I thought I'd check out. He had Ashanti, legendary R&B singer, on here. He had Ed Sheeran on here, so all props to him. Obviously, he's doing something good if he's able to get artists of that caliber on this project. The songs themselves are quite forgettable, though, but shout out to H. I had to give him a peep. He is with Capitol Records UK. He's in some Universal Music divisions here. So yeah, he's a pretty big artist, really, in the UK. OMB Peasy. I thought this was somebody else. I reacted to an album of this other person last week. But OMB Peasy, I feel like I've kind of heard of this guy before. He had G Herbo, Annalie Choppa, and Moray. They were okay. G Herbo's on damn near every album we react to on the freaking channel, so I don't know. I don't really have much to say. We're kind of getting into that undercard region where it's like, well, not really that interesting here. There's a couple cool moments here and there. Ken Carson was supposed to drop a song called Fashion Habits. Never happened. A lot of people failed to execute. So let's move on from there. Pressa, this was interesting. I think Pressa is or used to be with Coi Leray, so I decided to check out his brand new song, Blame Me. I don't know. The beat was good. I think the song overall was good, but I think his voice kind of threw me off. I don't really know how else to put it. I think that's it for Pressa. I don't know. I think his voice is just kind of off-putting. Big 30 had. I'm just kind of zooming through these. Sorry. Big 30 has a new song with Hot Boy. Very, very forgettable. Big 30 and Hot Boy have had some fair moments in the past. You know, Big 30, him and Pooh Shiesty together kind of represented Memphis for a while before obviously Pooh Shiesty got incarcerated. And you know, Big 30 has had that thing on his shoulders where he's like, man, I gotta carry Memphis. But let's just get to Big K BZ. He dropped an album called Cold Case. I'm not really sure who this is, but he had PGF Nook. He had Lil Zay Osama on there. 2 solid features, you know, guys I've heard of. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to peep a couple of these songs out. Forgettable. Again, there's a lot of forgettable music. So if you're watching this, Big KBZ, you are not alone in the dark. I mean, there's a lot of forgettable records out there. I didn't really listen to this thing though, so maybe I shouldn't. I'm not getting a critique of the record as a whole. I think I'm just critiquing kind of what I already listened to, if that makes sense. Young Chris, honestly, the highlight of the week. Young Chris dropped. I don't want to say amazing because I feel like in a couple of weeks I'm not going to be listening to this damn thing. We got Virality, a new 8-track EP project, whatever you want to call it, but you know, he was hyping this up for a while. He put it on his Instagram. I was like, okay, Young Chris is dropping something. You know, he came off of a track with Lil Yachty. He came off of a pretty cool single, Ain't No Fun, and then a big TikTok leak, one of the better underground leaks we've heard in a while in Gig. So he comes out with this project, you know, and the new tracks kind of went crazy. He had a feature with DC the Don on here. He had a XXX Tentacion tribute track, and for being an EP, I think this is so well put together here for Young Chris. I think he's got a lot of potential. His flows, you can say they're the same, but I really like how fast he raps. You know, obviously fast rap doesn't equal good rap, and we can have that discussion all day if you guys want to. You know, I'm an Eminem fan, and I think that, but I mean, the fast rap just makes the track sound more intense. It sounds better. I don't know what it is. I think it's just a good touch to have. What more can I say? Virality, Young Chris, check it out if you haven't. I don't really have time. I kind of want to move on to the last thing. Beat King dropped a record that at first when I was listening to it, I was like, okay, this isn't terrible. Then I see on the internet how people are taking it. I go to re-listen to it and I'm like, oh my god, this is hot dog shit. Beat King, what is this? You are the Beat King. Stick to beats. Stop making songs. Why Your Face So Ugly, it's like this ratchet, sassy, kind of zesty track from him, and the music video is fucking stupid. I saw snippets of it. I didn't actually watch it myself, guys. Trust me, I don't have that much time on my hands. My god, it is the weirdest shit ever. I'm not even gonna give him any more time on this channel, man. I mean, he's been involved with guys like 50 or 2 Chainz album this year, but leave a like, comment, and subscribe. As always, it is GZTV reviewing music for you guys. JID Forever Story album reaction coming this week, so make sure you tune into that when it comes out. Yeah, I'm out. Have a good rest of your guys' day.